Hello and welcome back to another Nosh's Quest for Gold. It's actually my third one casting today. I should probably put on the nameplates and the production tab. Today it's going to be a PvP versus myself and another Protoss player named Ray, who we're looking at the moment down the bottom left hand side of Zelmaga Caverns. Up the top right hand side is myself, Nosh, the blue Protoss hero, the champion of the bronze. That's me. Now, if you watched the game before this one, you'll see that I've jumped straight into this game, as, like the last game, there was a little bit of talking between myself and the previous opponent. Now, I'd like to get into that a lot, but as you can see, don't do that. As you can see, a sneaky little probe for Rays came all the way up here and has planted a pylon close to my base. Now, because this is still Bronze League, this game, and you can see myself, I'm 9 pylon scouting as well. Because this is Bronze League, it's very, very common in the early stages of the game that I'm going to get cannon rushed, I'm going to get, proxied, I'm going to get something. So this is my 9 pylon scout, going to see what's going on down here, to see if everything's kosher, to see what is actually going on. Now I come down to his base, vision a little Nosh probe, here's what we're going to go to. Come down to his base, I get a couple of zaps from his own probe. And, while I was doing that, if you wondered why my probe was still, I was putting down this gateway back in the base. So I'm coming around, I'm seeing nothing. There's no gas, he's cornering at probes, so we're going to check the back corners of his base, make sure he's not just hiding his tack. Check the back corners of his base, there's nothing. There is nothing in his base at all. So that's not good. Back at home, straight to a forge, the best answer to being proxied, as you can see as well. It's a couple of gateways just at the bottom of my ramp. The best answer to being proxied for me is a forge, pylon at the front, a couple of cannons. Hopefully that survives long enough. Now, Chrono a stalker, not stalker, Chrono a zealot Nosh. That's what you want. You had enough minerals just there, but you blew it. You need a zealot. That's what you need. So you should get yourself one of those. While we're waiting for me to eventually chrono boost out the zealot, thank you very much. While we're waiting for that to happen, I'm going to tell you, if you did watch the last game as well, I absolutely fail-clicked and showed that I have just been promoted. I played one game last night while I was actually a little bit drunk, but that's okay. I played one game last night. When I've been top of bronze. I've been rank 1 for the past week. And I played one game last night. I had quite a high bonus pool as well, because I've been going back in and getting more achievements in the story. I've actually been playing Lost Viking, which is ridiculous. Nice supply block there, ruining your whole proxy, by the way. And yeah, I got promoted. I won the game. I got 30 or 40 points from it, and I got promoted into silver. And I think I'm actually rank 20 something silver. So I'm gonna play some games in a little while. As you see, my zealot got killed, but thankfully the cannon's finished, so pulling a bunch of probes off the line wasn't actually pointful at all. His proxy is no longer supply blocked. I killed one of his dudes. He also put down this pylon here. So yeah, he actually should be alright. He just needs to get more units and attack me quicker, but it's a lost cause now. Meanwhile, back down here, because he's trying to proxy me, I've decided in my infinite wisdom, which is actually something I do more than a little bit. If someone tries to cheese me and I manage to hold it off, if I've already gone and built a forge, especially this early in the game, one of the things I try and do is come back into their base and, cheese them a little bit back. So what you're going to see here is an attempted cannon rush at the 5-minute mark. Now Ray's done the sensible thing. He's actually bringing his zealots all the way back down to defend this off. Meanwhile, he's building he's got his cyber coming out. My probe gets killed, which is handy for him, because it means I only get this one cannon up, and he's going to make light work of it as well. I don't think it's actually even going to get up. I should probably just cancel it and get some money back, or let it die. Yeah, I should definitely just let it die. There's no point in that. Now, I think these two dudes are being sent down here with the idea of continuing the cannon rush. Plant a pylon, plant 2 cannon. That's their current objective. But as far as I remember, I think I'm gonna spot something in a second. Ray by name, Ray by nature. Yeah, there you go. I see the Stargate, and I'm like, hang on, hold the phone. So I get my pylon down. But again, he's warping in zealots. I say warping them in, he's not, he's building zealots and then running them all the way back home. Because that's the most effective way to make units. If, you know, you click this button here with the 300 million gas you have, you'll get research? I don't know why I decided not to go for that pylon, but it's came. Building a second proxy back here, leaving these two guys off the mineral line, because, you know, I don't actually need minerals, it's fine, because he's running all of his zealots back to his base. Meanwhile, back up in my base, it's a 4-gate. I've seen that there's a warp. No, there's not, there's a Stargate. Fuck's sake, my brain's inside out. I should really stop trying to do this when I've just woken up. You can see there's a Stargate coming, so these are to defend my extremely oversaturated mineral line. I've already got the 2 down the front, and I'm going to 4-gate till the cows come home. At the moment we're looking at stalkers, all the stalkers in all the world, because the natural response to Void Rays, which is what we're actually going to be seeing, Ray, ironically enough, is going to go for Void Rays. The natural response to that, in my head, is stalkers, because they can shoot air, not zealots, because they can't shoot air. Excuse me 1 second. Go away, Billy. Anyway, so he's going to push out at this point. It's not exactly the world's greatest timing push, but he is coming. He's coming with, what's that, 6 zealots and a Void Ray. If you make some more up here, that would be like 8, 9 zealots and a Void Ray. In terms of defense, I mean, I've got my forge down. It's getting my +1, that's going to come in handy. I've got 4 stalkers, which isn't that good. I don't know why I'm not getting more stalkers. Could really do with some more stalkers. But anyway, this push is coming, whether I want it to or not, and it's coming with those 2 extra zealots. Apparently it's coming without those 2 extra zealots. So he's coming up the ramp. The Void Ray is making light work of things. He's just going straight for the cannons, which is good for me. I can move back, let the cannons tank all the damage, kill a bunch of the zealots, which is cool. But unfortunately, his Void Ray is charged fully, and I mean, I'm trying to move away a little bit from it, and I'm warping some more dudes up here, but at the same time, it's still a fully charged Void Ray, and its buddy Tony the Void Ray has came up in the back and is also charging up on my buildings and this other stalker. So it's not looking like the best situation in the world for me. Ray actually is doing the sensible thing here. Not only charging his Void Ray, but he's going for pylons. I'm only able, I think, because of cooldowns, I'm only able to bring in 2 stalkers at a time, and these 2 zealots as well, because, you know, zealots are the best in the world for killing Void Rays. I get rid of his zealots, and then I just get zapped into the wall. The reason that I'm getting zapped into the wall is because I forgot, I spawned some zealots down here into his base, to kill some of his probes, which actually takes the pressure off horrendously. I mean, there's still 1 warp gate up here, but he's too focused on killing these 2 or 3 zealots down here that he's not paying attention, so that his Void Ray ends up just attacking 1 warp gate, and I can spawn enough stalkers to get rid of it, so that's cool. That was a little bit pleasant by me. I was actually going to jump back and show you again, but no, it's not that exciting. I warp in for zealots. They attack this Stargate, then that, because he's attacking my base and I'm just like freaking out. Then I run them to the mineral line when I actually remembered that I'd warped them in and attack stuff there. But as you can see, Ray, the champion of the world, the leader of the Void Rays, has spawned a lot of Void Rays and he's coming for my base. Meanwhile, I'm coming up and trying to get rid of these stupid gateway proxies. Thankfully for me, he somehow got choked up in his own little bit of units there. If you go for the pylon Nosh, you won't be able to use them again. Good job. Now, hide back in your base, because there's a bunch of Void Rays coming. Thankfully, I'm being sensible with my warp-ins. I'm warping in stalkers, not anything else, but at the same time, Void Rays are coming. Nosh. Don't kill it. Don't. Yeah, exactly, Void Rays. So the Void Rays are sneaking into my base. Now, again, well, actually, these 2 are going to go up and move towards the mineral line, which is probably the better idea to go for, but he does get pushed away by my stalkers and loses a Void Ray as well, because at this point I'm starting to have quite a high stalker count. I've got 12 stalkers, which is quite a healthy number of stalkers to have. Back down here, Ray's decided that he should probably expand. He's put too much money into this little bit of aggression. Void Rays are expensive. He doesn't have a lot to show for the money he spent, so he's going to expand. He's getting Zealot's Charge, dropping a whole bunch of pylons, because, got pylons and probes, I kill off his remaining gate that was up here, drop an expand of my own. And yeah, he's pulling on back home. He's given up on the Ray harass. Ray has rayed out for the moment. There's nothing he can do against all these stalkers, especially because all these stalkers are +1 stalkers. There could be +2 stalkers. There could be Nosh. Now, obviously when he came the last time, he absolutely destroyed all my defenses, pushed into my base, killed everything. So I've got to replant these 2 cannons here just to make sure that when his, oh, and this cannon down here, 3 cannons, so that if his Void Rays walk up the ramp, if his Void Rays walk up the ramp, then they're going to get cannoned. Yeah. Now, I got a Twilight Council. I'm not using it. I'm not getting blink. I'm not getting lags. I'm not getting +2 upgrades, but I got it. It's there. So if I need it, then it's K. I also am getting quite dangerously close to, I was going to say the Chrono Boost cap, but I'm getting quite dangerously close to, winning the Chrono Boost game. It's about time I should transfer some probes on down as well. I just saw a red click on my base. I saw the red click. Did you see the red click? Here it comes. And we're just actually going to look at the unit counting station. 8 Void Rays and 5 Zealots with charge. 5 Zealots with super lags are coming. If this force, it looks almost spread out, like intentionally and stuff, but it's not. And lo and behold, cannons to defend the ramp. Are actually quite good. Now, yep, he's going to lose too much. He doesn't have the Zealots anymore, so all my stalkers can go all in. His Void Rays, you'll see, I'm going to target fire them down in a second. There you go. This one, then this one, then this one. Make a nice little spider web of red lines. Absolutely destroy everything that he has in terms of production time, in terms of Void Rays, and obviously it's a good time to counter aggression. I'm spawning in a couple of Zealots down here. I'm going to run in there and see if he has an expo up, and if he does, just attack in the mineral line. Ray is now deciding to spend some of his money to build himself some gateways, but it does seem a little bit late. He's coming down to save his probes on the mineral line, but unfortunately is forced to engage this massive force we have here. I managed to cut through everything he's got. I'm going to go straight for the pylons after that, because if he doesn't have pylons, he can't use the buildings. So that's good. Now I think I actually remember my thought process when I'm doing this. I kill off all the pylons, and then I notice that the buildings are continuing to build. And in my head I'm like, how come they're continuing to build? They don't have any power. And then I noticed that they come in unpowered, but it's fine. It's fine, I killed off that one. Straight for the Nexus, get rid of that. That's a good 400 mineral kill. Up top, unfortunately, my good friend Ray is about to be 100% mined out. Let's have a little look at that. 20 minerals remaining. And 2 Void Rays coming out. And he has 80 minerals. So yeah, it's a bad day for him. Unless with these 2 Void Rays, he can hold off this entire attack. Oh, also I'm fanning these dudes out because I'm assuming he's not coming down to defend this. Maybe he has another base, but because I managed to hold this off, I was feeling quite good about myself. Yep, just straight up leaves the game. I was feeling quite good about myself, so straight after this game ended, I messaged this guy as well, being like, good job with your proxy, man, that worked out really well, and that smooth transition to Void Rays, that was class, that was top class, good job, well done. Because, as I've mentioned before, when I play StarCraft, I try not to cheese. I'm not saying I don't, there's a couple of games I have, I might even cast one at some point, but I try not to cheese. I try and have a relatively normal game, and I understand a few people are going to tell me that forgetting is cheesing, but my response to that is suck my balls, your mom's cheesing. But I don't like people who go for straight up cheesy builds, especially people who play random. That's where you see it the most. If I'm encountering a random, I'll wall off like I'm facing a Zerg, and I'll scout as early as possible, because 9 times out of 10, It's a cannon rush, a 6 pull, or some kind of 3 rack sentry marine all in that you're going to encounter, especially at bronze. So I sent him a message being like, good job man, good job with your proxy into Void Rays, good job. And he responded, good, well done, going just mass stalker, how cheesy, how cheap, I can't believe he went mass stalker. And I was like, well, firstly, just have a look at that. These guys aren't stalkers, they're not stalkers. It's not all stalkers. And secondly, it's the only unit I can actually build that can shoot things that are up. You know, it's not the immortals only hit the ground. Warp prisms don't shoot. Detectors don't shoot. Cannons, I could build cannons. Look, I even did build cannons. But stalker's the only thing that. But anyway, we had a little back and forth. We had a little argument. He eventually started ignoring me as well. So yeah, very professional play again on here. But I hope you enjoyed this game. I'm away to look for a game against the Terran to show you something I promised you in the last game. So yeah, I'm gonna look for that. Hope I see you there. Catch you there.